Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the TFT Perspective. Viewers, on the US presidential elections night, a surprising thing did occur inside the Middle East. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu basically sacked his current serving defense minister, and there are a few reasons behind this. We are going to discuss this. We have with us Mr. Wakar K. Korvi. Previously, during September, there was a deal that was to be concluded between Israel and Hamas regarding the release of specific hostages for Israel and to achieve a small scale ceasefire for the Palestinians in order to, take essential food supplies inside Gaza. But according to many analysts, it was reported that Benjamin Netanyahu never wanted the establishment of a ceasefire inside the region. In fact, he was waiting for the best moment, that is, to continue this war as long as his political objectives are achieved. Um, Currently, what the state of affairs is, there is a new bill that has been introduced inside Israel, which is the new conscription law, which now forces ultra Orthodox Jews, which, according to many believers inside Israel, they considered very holy and that they shouldn't serve in the armed forces. A lot of protests did occur, and the sacked defense minister, Mr. Yoav Gallant, he actually refused this policy and advised Benjamin Netanyahu to not pass this conscription law. Recently, we also observed that there were assassination attempts. In fact, Benjamin Netanyahu's house, his ancestral house, was basically targeted by Hezbollah in the northern regions of Israel. Other than that, according to many Israeli sources, it is suggested there was a second assassination attempt as well, and that he's trying to investigate what really happened. Sir, for example, when it comes to Middle Eastern politics, now on the election night, Israeli Prime Minister is doing this. I heard that the defense minister, Joe Biden's administration were very cozy with each other. In fact, he was previously sacked as well, but reinstated back again. Who is the news are in the office, and why do you think this has happened?
One I think is that Netanyahu is feeling insecure. His overall handling of the war is drawn, I think, very bad name for Israel. After all, they had some, soft power perception in the world. They were educated people, the only democracy and developed country with a lot of GDP and per capita, and people come and travel there. I think this war has dented it very badly. So far as the Dahiwa policy, which started from Ben Gurion, is concerned, Netanyahu has followed that, and the arsenal delivered on Gaza is almost equivalent to 5, Hiroshima-sized nuclear bombs. So this is the kind of arsenal that has been delivered. They have razed Gaza to ground, and you've seen protests in the Islamic world, and I think more in the Western world. Youth coming out in the universities, even their professors, and Israel, I think, has a very hard, I would say, dent in its perception. Now, we've heard that Israel Katz is a 69-year-old fellow from Likud
He was the
party.
foreign minister.
He was the
Basically.
foreign minister, is going to be there, and I think he's more amenable. He probably Netanyahu's yes man. He would not like anybody else to, like Yoav Gallant, whatever. His Nazi credential, but as far as war conduct was concerned, he could give independent opinion. He would acknowledge mistakes, and then even, I think, take Netanyahu to task in terms of military strategy. So one is that reason that Netanyahu is feeling insecure, and there are reports that probably is going to sack his army chief also,
Yeah, there
or
are
defense forces chief, IDF chief. So I think things are not very cozy for Netanyahu. The other, I think, little thing that I want to highlight is that actually Yoav Gallant was also for conscription, but they wanted to do it, tactfully. So there was a divine within that. So ultra orthodox Jews then, I think, pulled their carpet under their feet, and there was the chance that probably Netanyahu government would collapse. So that could be, I think, another reason. Then, of course, there are, as you mentioned, his working relationship with the U.S. military establishment, with the U.S. administration, the White House, and probably people are projecting him to be the next prime minister also, because he was quite popular. So all told, I think Netanyahu is fighting for his survival, and there are hard times for Israel.
Yeah, talking about fighting for survival. Number one, this is a very curious situation. doing it on the election night. We all know how Benjamin Netanyahu relation with Trump is. He endorsed his campaign. In fact, uh, ensured that Trump remains connected with the right kind of Jews,
Yeah.
not the other kind of Jews. Because recently, what we have observed, according to many polls, that around 79% of the Jewish minority inside United States of America actually voted for Kamala Harris. So there is a huge discrepancy when it comes to this situation. Uh, do you think that this would be a right analysis that um, hey, I want to be popular inside my country. You are coming to power. I'm going to agree for the ceasefire. You can have your macho man attitude inside the United States, and then things will turn out to be normal.
I think, but things have gone, I think, almost 180 degree to what they desired. And I think Trump is also very skeptical, especially if you are mentioning about these polls, and I think they've come on CNN also,
Yes. Mhm.
that bulk of the Jewish vote has gone to Kamala Harris. Or to Biden, let's say, legacy of Biden. So it means that they were very comfortable with
They
the
wanted to continue with the current policy.
because it doesn't make any difference to Jews in the United States.
Mhm.
They can fund them; they don't have to go and fight there. So, and then of course you will find that Nazism or Zionism. So it means that whatever appears, and on the other side, you have Muslim and Arab vote going to Trump
Mhm.
because I think Democrats were mishandling the war and all the misery that we have seen, the protests and all that. So by and large, this is the kind of dent what has happened to Israeli perception, that things have just turned upside down. And I think now Trump will be very, very careful in handling Israel because he came up with the Abraham Accord plan and he wanted
I
to.
believe during his campaign, he also mentioned that previously he believed that the Palestinians were very tough to handle, that they were very violent. But recently, he did come up right before his meetup with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. He mentioned that it's the other way around.
Yeah, so these are the kind of changes. And we've seen the tone of Trump, despite that, definitely his support of Jewish lobby in the United States. But there are definitely independent advisors and he can see things on the ground. So, and if you look at inside Israel, there are now reports of 200,000 PTSD cases. So it means post-traumatic stress disorder because of bombing and exchange of fire and missile. Israel has become really, insecure. Who would like to, travel there? You look at their, I think economy has suffered a loss of closer to $100 billion, different estimates. US is now literally funding it to run the state and the, war campaign. So it means $5 to $6 billion coming up after every second, third month. And Trump is very careful on spending dollars. So I'm sure he's also going to put his foot down. And there are also news that within Middle East there's an effort now by the kingdom or UAE to now find this window of opportunity. But why I think Netanyahu sacked his defense minister during, right on the night of elections was probably that he understands there is a transition period.
Mm-hmm.
That the American president has been elected, but transition will take 2.5 months. So till 20th January, he is the time where almost American administration looking inside. There is handing taking over. There are briefings for Trump, and there is a government formation. It's a huge exercise. So he tried to then I think do some point scoring, but I feel that there are huge challenges for Israel in the coming days.
Yeah, other than that, we also witnessed what Benjamin Netanyahu recently suggested that regime change inside Iran, the people of Lebanon should uprise against the Hezbollah militants. But at the end of the day, we are witnessing massive protests that are taking place inside Tel Aviv right now. And a lot of protesters were actually chasing the convoy of Benjamin Netanyahu, and people were not at all happy with the current situation the Israelis are in.
And add to it two assassination attempts.
Mm-hmm.
One was definitely I would say telecasted in the media. The missile strike one of his farms, but maybe he was not there. But I think you mentioned that there was another strike, and now there is a conspiracy theory because Netanyahu feels that there is some insider in the government or military or Mossad who is actually not tipping to Hezbollah. Something that they had agents in the Pages episode or in Iran. So regime change and all that is now I think bouncing back, a boomerang on the face of Netanyahu. And this is again very, very interesting. But unfortunately, we've seen a lot of loss of life, genocide taking place in Gaza. And there is now an urgency for peace. So maybe he would like to achieve his objectives. And maybe you have a violent or political regime change taking place in Israel. And I think that...
Yeah, because the current political circle is also based on a collision. It's not a clear majority for anybody. It can quickly change exactly what is happening inside Germany right now.
Yes, that's right. I think he also sacked one of his, I think, foreign ministers or finance minister. I don't know. So I think these are hard times for Israel, and as I mentioned, huge dent to its perception. And I don't think so. Next 5 year, people will be very comfortable in traveling to Israel.
Yeah, so hope so things do reach a very good conclusion inside the Middle East. But that's it for today, folks. Thank you for watching us. Please do leave a like and subscribe our channel. Bye bye.